Hello and welcome for a hot lap around Monza. We are on board today with Rainer as we cross the line to start the lap. The lap is 80% full throttle, achieving speeds of 225 miles an hour as we head towards turn 1 now. 4.5 G of forces as we slow the car down, second gear, get it turned left, back on the throttle, make sure you've got plenty of traction as we go around the Curva Grande now. This is full throttle as we now go down towards the Della Roggia chicane, pick out the braking point underneath the trees, down the gears into third, holds it in third gear, back on the throttle now for best traction, into fourth, into fifth, into the Lesmo 1 right under the trees, really hard to see the apex, back on the throttle, head towards Lesmo 2, shift down into fifth, back on the throttle now. That was nicely hooked around the corner as we now go under the old banking for the old track for Monza. This track has had 9 variations over the year. Into Ascari now, jinx the car left, use plenty of the curb, use the curb on the outside and the inside curb there as well. And now down the back straight, here we go towards the magnificent Parabolica. Just listen to the sound of the engine as it's in 8th gear. Down a couple of gears, keep the car to the inside, run it to the outside now for best traction, uses a little bit of the AstroTurf and up towards the line, and that's a lap of Monza with Rainer.
Good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monza, the 3.5 mile circuit. Tonight we go round here. Ben, you joined me, 11 turns around here, 2 DRS zones and a lot of straight line speed.
Yeah, good evening everyone, and what a great field we had. Action-packed race last week around Mexico, and what a fantastic track. You're on the throttle for 80% of the lap, reaching speeds of 225 miles an hour as you approach turn 1, feeling 4.5 G on the deacceleration and getting it slowed down with many gear changes across the lap. So we are
quick look, at the championship standings. We've got Dan Murphy this evening, who can wrap up his title on 229 points of exile, 168 behind. We've got 3 rounds remaining, including this evening. The tyre deltas for you, 8 tenths off are the mediums from the soft and 1.2 seconds for the hard compound tyre. Very close between Jonathan Cox as well and GFO Leclerc. All those guys can still finish second and overtake Exile, but Exile's been doing a great job. But we will go into the lobby and see what's going on.
Yeah, he's absolutely rapid. He's got plenty of speed. He's got speed in abundance, this kid. So looking forward to see what he can do this evening. I think we said last week as well, we were on the verge of a coronation of a champion. Didn't turn out that way around Mexico for Dan Murphy. He'll be hoping to right those wrongs this week. So I was going to say, I always find it interesting to see how people drive the lap. See, everyone just does something slightly different. You spot on the top drivers, they try and take as much curb as they possibly can to open up the corners. They hold the gears or like shifting down so quickly. My brain can't even comprehend it. So. 215, 16, 17, 18, 19, just 219 miles an hour. Guess it's slowed down perfectly on the marks. Yeah, must be running a very soft suspension. Shifts up very early. He's already in 6th, 7th gear. So he's going up the gearbox. Going around the Curva Grande into the Della Roggia chicane. All over the curves. This setup seems very compliant over the curbs as GFO Leclerc has invalidated his lap at the don't want to run the car too wide. I was going to say I'm massively impressed with the setup of this car. Every time I seem to drive around this track, the car wants to send me into the gravel. Just about. That's very good. I would park the car up. I was gonna, yeah, that's massively, massively impressive. Here we go. So, Energetic has gone round on the hards. Interesting tyre to run in Q1. So let's go and hop on board with Samuel. Just going around the Della Roggia chicane. Didn't look as compliant as someone like a lizard around these corners. Toon is just up ahead. So he's going to be creating a nice little hole in the air for Samuel for a tow. Yeah, I was going to say. So as we head down to the Parabolica, slows it down fourth gear and then instantly shifts back up into fifth, into sixth, starts running it out wide a bit for best exit. Plenty of battery to get him over the line, and that's a 20.8. We've got Leclerc off at turn 1, probably slowing down to let the traffic go. Just got to be careful he doesn't pick up a penalty. It's on board with Jono, who is on the lap. I was going to say, that looks fairly inevitable. Well, I was going to say Jono running it out wide. He'll be hoping for a decent result today. He's probably, fair to say, probably been on a bit of a poor run of form as of late. Yeah, he was very, very defensive. Put on a. Yeah, I was going to say I'm surprised he 119.9, 119.9. That's a bit of help with numbers there. I think at the start of the season, John, I would have been hoping to be a bit closer in these championship fights across the leagues he competes in: Monday night, Tuesday night, and Friday night. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, he's been hugely, hugely impressive. Stinson. Yeah, massively unfortunate last week. I think it's fair to say. I think everyone was expecting it to happen around Mexico. unfortunately taken off in the final laps. But such a consistent driver, probably doesn't have the outright pace of someone like a Stinson or a Lizard, but the consistency is so impressive with this guy, and that's the important bit, to have the consistency. Yeah, I was going to say, as I said, he probably doesn't have the outright pace of some of the guys, but the points are not handed out in qualifying, and his consistency is really impressive in race trim. Yeah. Yeah, and he knows where the track limits are, doesn't abuse them too much, and as you said, doesn't pick up penalties, and that sometimes helps. Seb has lost it on the exit of the Ascari chicane. We've got that guy Draper going into the gravel around Curva Grande. Yeah, sometimes you can just, I think I've said many times that you think you've just put the lap of your life in, and then you look up at the leaderboard and think, I'm 7 tenths off those guys, and I've just... So he gets it turned in, kept it tight, now runs it out. It's going to run out of battery deployment very shortly. That's a decent lap. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, what can we say about Kyle? Won the race last night in our Classic League. I think he acknowledges. Yeah, probably. Let's go and find him. Hopefully his teammate. It is not, but I think he's lost it. He's lost it, and that's a wheel gone. That's both fronts gone. And that's Draper starting at the back. I was going to say, always expect to see someone go off on the exit of the Ascari chicane. You always go over the sausage curve right on the exit. Car gets a bit unstable, rear starts bouncing around, and that's when the car just rotates and you go straight to the scene of the accident. No, but yeah, love it. So yeah, unfortunately that is our second person to lose it on the exit of the Ascari chicane. We've got 5 minutes left of Q1 here. So at the moment we are looking at losing Toon and Civics, and William Neals is P20, needs to come out and do a lap shortly. We've got Energetics who set his lap on hard, so I expect to see him come back out and put a set of the softs. Yeah, I was going to say this game can really lull you into a false sense of security by jumping on the throttle a bit too soon and either loosen the rear or you hop on the throttle too quick and the car drags you out wide and you go into the gravel. I suffered with that around, I think, turn 4, 5 at Spain. You think the track's always a little bit wider than what it actually is. But yeah, this track as well, it's worth noting, such low grip. You know, you've got the low grip, you've got skinny wings because you want to maximise the top speed that you can get, the acceleration. So it really is a challenge, you know, getting on the throttle nicely, picking up the traction.
I think I've just
You've got the
realised
low grip.
the entirety of this time, I think my microphone's been muted on the stream, so I do apologise. You've probably just been hearing Ben speak.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, I just looked over at my computer and seen that my microphone had it muted. So I don't know if I've accidentally pressed it at some point, or if the whole time it has been muted.
Right, let's rewind and start again. Hello everyone and welcome to the Italian Grand Prix.
Oh dear.
No.
How long's this been going on for? Some of the Jake's on a lap at the minute in the Ferrari. Luckily Ben can hear me.
I'm too ashamed to even talk. If someone drop us a comment and let us know how long I've just been rambling to the people and you haven't been able to hear the other half of the
good first sector, but he's just gone off the track there.
Surprised to see Jono back out on track.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to be out. Jono, you're not in any danger.
Always find with Jono, he always comes out for a second run in Q1. And I've seen him a couple of times lose the car and terminal damage. He is running a second set of soft tyres as well. Yeah, don't really get that.
Energetics. He needs to get himself to the line and save some battery because he's just invalidated his lap.
I was going to say, sounds like an easy job. Very difficult. He's got 60% battery and he's cranked it back up now.
So I think that'll hit about 20%. The thing is, he was on a really good lap as well. I think it was, given the fact he's backed off and just on a 121.4, quicker than his best. I think he could be on some of the top pace this evening from what I was seeing in the sectors. He brakes for turn 1, drops down the gearbox. So
hard to get it stopped for turn 1.
Well, especially when you've got to think, you know, you run realistically around here 2-3 wings, maybe 2-4. You don't run a lot of wing around here at all, and it can cost you. So it's showing in purple in the first sector at the minute. We'll see if that is true.
Keeps it nice and tight through Lesmo 1. Heads towards Lesmo 2 as well. Picks up the inside curb, runs the outside curb. Down the straight now. See the old bank in as we go under it now. And head towards Ascari with Energetics. Hoping he doesn't invalidate. Fairly sweet there. Don't want to hit that curve too much or else it doesn't settle the car. And now we head down.
Pretty good lap so far for him.
Head down towards Parabolica. Should get around here pretty easily and should be non-eventful. Back on the throttle now. This should see him go through fairly comfortably. Jono comes in top.
So 120.0. Obviously used a lot of his tyre as well on one of his other laps he did. So who else have we got and what are they up to? Kyle's playing. Civics hasn't come back. It said he left the session, so I don't know if he's been able to get back in.
We've got Kyle on a lap, we've got Tristan on a lap, both driving.
Exile, the man in P2 in the championship at the minute, on a lap, throws the car there and comes in. No, I thought he was coming into the pits, takes a very, goes into P10.
Keeps it tight as possible.
So gains Kyle
3 tenths.
Jumps the curve.
So I was going to say, we need to watch Kyle and Tristan. Tristan's just gone through the exit of Ascari now. So the race is on between these guys. Who's going to make it through to the next session?
Only a tenth between them.
So Kyle picks up the throttle early. He is going to run out of battery just before the line, and that's Kyle into P11. This is
Tristan?
2. So 2 just gets through.
I think you mean Tristan.
Tristan.
2. Sorry,
2.
Ignore me.
Dan Murphy so close to going out. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. He'll be Toon will be well happy to only be 2/10 off Dan Murphy.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like come the end of qualifying, it probably won't be that situation for our Toon. But...
So, yeah, I'll give a shout out to Toon for being 2/10 off Dan Murphy. But, as you said, I'll be surprised. But, the question I've got then from that session is, has Dan got the pace? Was it just a mistake
Dan's usually quite quick
that he
round
made?
here. I've raced him around here, and I'm pretty sure his best lap is a lot better than a 120.7. I've seen him in the 19s around here, so I'm sure he'll be up there at the top with the guys when it comes to the business end of qualifying. But that is Q1 done for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he was very slow in the last sector, Dan Murphy. 27.4, which is, I believe, the slowest in the top 15. So, yeah, more pace to come from Dan Murphy.
Must have made a mistake, I think, is probably about it.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
So, Lezard has topped the session from nearly 4/10 from Stinson there. GFO Leclerc just behind. Good lap from Brandon, Total P's, Jono, all in the 1 minute 19s. Vil Energetic just outside. And your losers from the session that we have lost are Tristan Civics, GFO Seb, That Guy Draper, and William Hill. William Hill is... I'm shocked to not see him go through. Did he set a lap?
I don't believe he
set
did.
a lap? He didn't even
I don't think he came out.
I've not seen anything there from him. Strange that. But we go again. So, tyre strategies, guys. Ben, what are you going with round here? Soft, not too bad.
No, I was going to say it's normally a medium soft, isn't it, around here?
Soft, medium, you can kind of run either. Depends on your pace and where you want to be.
So here we go. Start of Q2 now. And we wait for someone to come out. What are they going to come out on? I imagine they will do the first runs on mediums and see if the pace is good enough. I imagine someone like a Lezard, a Stinson, probably gets through on mediums fairly comfortably. Going on the performance in Q1. We've got Energetics coming out. Believe we've got maybe GFO Leclerc coming out.
Well, both
we got Stinson
coming out.
Yeah, we got Stinson, first man on track on medium tyres.
So we'll have a look at the tyres. Nice little mix between some of the guys. They're all coming out. Lezard's gone straight for the soft, so that's his strategy. Dash away. So we'll go find ourselves. Ben, who do you want to ride on board? Who's...
So Lezard's on track now. He's got himself a bit of traffic ahead of him.
We'll go on board with Stinson because he's going to be the first man to set a lap. Going to say he's one of those drivers. I think him, Lezard, GFO Leclerc. A few of them, you watch them do a lap and you think, I can't do that. You think you're okay. Oh, I can do that, Lezard. I can go off the track a little bit. Stinson even. But you go on board with them and you just think my car won't do that.
It's just having the confidence, isn't it, that the car, the car can do it. And this is what separates the good from the great on this game. That they'll just carry a couple more mile an hour as a minimum apex speed, which makes all the difference throughout the lap.
So here goes Stinson on his medium compound tyres, around 8/10 slower than the soft. As he crosses the line, opens the DRS to begin his first flying lap of qualifying 2. Comes down towards the first chicane. Where does he brake? About 110 metres. Gets the car rotated nicely.
That was fairly
tricky
good.
Little chicane. Back up the gearbox to control the traction. 5th, 6th gear into 7th round the Curva Grande. This is a weird corner because you can lose time on it if you don't keep tight and if you move around too much.
Yeah, it's really even. You think you can go wide, but it costs you a couple of tenths. Not a couple of tenths, but maybe half a tenth or something. Now through the trees of the Lesmos, we're back on.
That was pretty sweet by him.
On the medium tyres.
So down towards
the trees.
This is a very easy
so
corner
difficult
to cut. Runs a little bit deep through there, but carries nice speed. Does touch the curb. Doesn't invalidate by going wide there. Holds the car
Such
right
a
and then lets
difficult
it
corner.
drift across the track to the left. The final braking zone of the track into Parabolica, down into 5th gear, I think he's in. Yep, 5th gear.
Yeah, just don't make sure you go too deep, and he didn't. Back on the throttle now. This is going to be a 120.6. Great. Good effort.
Very good lap there from Stinson.
Very, very good lap.
I'll tell you what, Letter didn't really need the help, but he's getting it in the form of a tow at the minute. And I believe it's from either Samuel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Samuel. The interesting thing is, Letter, that the lap, there must be a good 4 or 5 seconds gap between them. Letter goes into
not as quick as he
P1.
went in Q1.
No, it just dropped a couple of tenths on that lap. May have just been slightly distracted having someone in front of him.
So Toon does a 122 on the mediums. I think he'll be coming back out. So Jonathan Cox on the medium tyre. Didn't seem too smooth through Parabolica there. Didn't seem to trust the car that much. He's run out of ERS, coming up towards the line, goes into 3rd on 120.8. Not a bad lap time at all there from Jono.
It's not bad.
It's such a weird thing to watch Jono.
A 20.8 for Jono. What I would do, I assume he hasn't got the fuel because he never does. I think he's got about 0.7.
FTH, sorry,
that lap's not going to be quick enough on those mediums.
FTH is the man I have a lot of respect for right now, going on the hard tyre.
Yeah, quite a ballsy strategy. The unforgettable Silverstone race he had when he went long on hard tyres and won the race. What a great strategy that was on that day a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, just quickly going back to Jono, you said about his driving style. Yeah, very weird driving style. Very aggressive on the wheel. Lap never looks smooth, but somehow manages to drag a lap time out of it.
And I can say from experience, racing Jono is it's difficult because he's quick, really quick on his day. It's just being consistent. Well, as FTH's car didn't really want to know the corner too much there. Goes through Lesmo 1, doesn't run a lot of curb on the way out. Lesmo 2.
Yeah, so Jono is out of fuel. Unsurprisingly. But I can see some of these boys going to soft tyres, so I don't think that 20.8 is comfortable at all. Jono at the minute.
I don't even think Simpson will be that comfortable on a 20.3. It'll be touch and go.
I would say 20.3 is probably good enough. Going on Q1, 20.3
so
was
into the final few corners.
20.3 was mid top 10 in Q1, so he might be alright there, but 20.8, 20.9 for Jono and energetic.
P7 on a 21.6 on the hard tyre. I don't think that'll be good enough. Who have we got coming up for a lap? So Kyle is on a lap at the minute. So I believe Jono's put a comment on the stream. Ah, a message to Ben from Mr. Pirelli.
What's that? I think he's saying 8 times between soft and mediums.
Yep.
I think you captured that at the start, didn't you?
It is on the graphic that was on at the start, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you paying attention at the back of class there, Jono.
Wow, Kyle's in the gravel. That's not where you want to be. That's the kitty litter, my friend.
So we've got Dan Murphy just starting his flying lap.
I'll tell you what, being on board with Kyle's an adventure.
So I'm going to stick on board with Dan Murphy and just throw some comments out there. So through turn 1, might have wanted to hook turn 1 a little bit better than what he did. Runs out wide through Curva Grande.
Hasn't seen enough for today.
Yeah, I think that lap time's good enough.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit too deep there in the De La Roggia, but this is the championship in waiting, so you can ignore me all you want.
Yeah, I think he knows more about where to be than you. Would be my.
Yeah, I'm just paid the good money to talk about people's laps.
You're paid for
down
this?
the straight now. Yeah.
Oh.
You sound surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Through the Escara chicane. All looks very calm and collected. Oh, it loses the rear! Whoa! That's what I mean, just caught a bit of the sausage curve, got the got on the bumps of the car. Well, just got a bit bumpy. The rear didn't like it and lost the rear.
So the famed
so
pumpkin
that's
helmet
gone.
of GFO Leclerc about to finish his lap through Parabolica.
Where's this going to put him in my soft? Should be. What a lap!
Wow!
Wow! I did not see that one happening. What a lap!
So there's a challenge for Lezard. That'll pique his attention.
Lezard sat up. He sat up thinking, mate, where did that come from?
That's exactly what I'd be thinking.
So Dan Murphy back in the box.
Got Hixie on a lap. He's the only man on one at the minute. Brandon.
So the next time we see Dan Murphy, he will be coming out on softs. I'll put good money on that.
Has he also got the pumpkin? No, I thought someone else had the pumpkin helmet then.
We've got Exile P2 in the championship. Be crossing everything that Dan Murphy comes a cropper tonight. So
he needs to, realistically, what is it he needs to outscore?
Yeah,
he didn't, 9 points?
Yeah, he didn't score. He didn't outscore Dan too much last week, if at all.
Close the gaps.
Yeah.
That's not
enough.
Wide there from Hixie on the exit of Lesmo 2 as he opens the DRS down the straight, underneath the old banking. One of my favourite photos is some guys sat on that bridge watching the race. That must be an amazing thing to do. I mean, I don't think they'd let you do it now, but
Health and safety gone mad. So I think everyone, Brandon, 5 down, I think they'll come back out.
I think they have to.
That is a perilous situation they will find themselves in currently.
So across the line for Hixie, where does he go on his soft tyres? He's up into 5th.
Leclerc's finished. He's gone off to have a toilet break.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Exile on a lap.
I was going to say the important bit for Exile here as he approaches turn 1 is if he's not going quick enough, he has to box because he hasn't got time to go round. So this has to be on the money. Because he hasn't got enough time to do his lap
needs to be doing a 20.5.
Yeah, he needs to be 20.4. I would be happy with.
Doesn't jump down the gearbox as much. Like you were saying last week when we were on board with more, I can't remember what race it was, but you said such a smooth driver as we're on board with him at the minute. Got a very, very smooth driving style in the car.
Yeah, I'm always, I've got huge respect for Exile, such a great driver. Whatever track, it'll always give you good value for money and it'll always give you solid points as well. And that's what's found him second in the championship in this league. So through Ascari nicely. I'm just going to double check what his middle sector was compared to Stinson. Box car Exile.
Will he listen?
I would bring that into the box.
He's not. He's going for the lap. Where does it put him? Oh no.
Yeah, I'd have I'd have boxed that because that's not good.
So Dan,
unless he may have enough time to bring it back if he comes around at racing speed.
So
it'll
Dan,
be touch and go.
On his outlap, he's got Jono ahead of him. Did have Jono ahead of him. I think Jono's going for the toe.
Let's have a look. So as I suspected, Jono's come back out on soft tyres. I wonder if this will hurt him though, because he used 2 sets in Q1.
He might just get one run at it depending on what tyres he picked for Q3.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, he'll just have the 1 new set in Q3, but then everything in the race room will be used as he winds it up for his big lap now.
So Dan Murphy across the line. I want to stay on board of this because he needs to hook a lap. This is pressure for Dan now. Down into turn 1, gets the car stopped nicely. Doesn't take as much curb as it's
very aggressive.
A little bit wide through the second part of the chicane.
As far as we've got, Energetic is coming back out now. We've got Exile. This is going to be very touch and go, my friend, if you're coming back out on softs.
Nice through the chicane there for Dan. Through Lesmo
Jono.
1. Takes a bit of the curb, looks good.
Just watching Jono then very quickly, he was all over the curbs, just like Dan was then through Lesmo too.
Yeah, I was going to say, DRS flap open for Dan. Coming up to the Scarish chicane where the lap all went wrong from last time. The car just got away from him. He's reaching 212 miles per hour, 214 before he hits the brakes.
Nicely turned in, switches up to fifth.
Completely leaves those curbs alone there.
Yeah. Didn't touch that one. Learned his lesson from last time. This is a situation where you earn your money, where you've got one opportunity to put the good lap in. And here we go into Parabolica with Dan. Touches the curb. Probably didn't want to do that. Back on the throttle now. Heads towards the line. This should see him through. And that's P6 for Dan.
I think it's going to be close for Dan.
That's, yeah, because he's down to P7 already. Jono's went up into P3. So Jono is through.
Rabbit has backed out of his lap that he was on. What's Toon doing? He's coming across the line.
Yeah, so he's...
Toon into P8.
So
Brandon's gone off. Brandon in the dirt a little bit there. The kitty litter, as some may say.
Right, so Exile's just coming out of the box now, and unless he makes some elaborate corner cuts, he's
unless
not
we've got what we
doing
had
a lap.
before, where our clock is not the clock the driver actually had.
Don't say that, that's not ruin the fun.
No, my apologies.
So, Exile's running a different configuration to this track. I won't dwell on that one too much. So look at Toon.
Sorry,
look at Toon in
P9.
P9.
Toon's doing a good job, but I think Brandon might push him into 10th. Brandon's on a good lap at the minute.
No!
Oh, Toon!
Toon! What have you done?
Oh no, Toon. Brandon across the line, goes into P4. Great lap time there.
Good, wow. So Dan's under pressure now. He's bringing that home thinking, oh no, this is going to be close.
So
we've got energetic on...
Because I want to see if Exile can get through.
Yeah, we've got energetic on mediums. So he must have such confidence in his pace. And I've lost the rear a bit.
I don't think Exile's
we've got
making
we've got FTH getting the sorry, Rabbit was getting the toe off Toon until Toon decided to go on the grass.
Jono has run.
I'd love to shock. You know, as people say, there's certainties in life, and that is definitely one of them now.
So Exile is going. He's not turned his engine up though.
So that's down
no,
to P10
finished.
now.
So Exile's out the session. Wow.
Yeah, and this is all on Dan. Will he stay in P10 because he's got Energetic hunting him down? He's got FTH hunting him down. Samuel's just knocked Dan out.
Whoa.
That's Dan done.
Great stuff there from Samuel.
So this is a question of where is Dan starting? Because
Energetic
just coming over the line now.
Doesn't do anything.
Just.
Where's FTH?
Just behind.
Comes into the pits.
Into the box. So
Dan.
I was going to say the two guys fighting out for the championship in P11 and P14. What a shock! We did raise some concerns in the Q1 session about Dan's pace because I think that 20.5 is what it's matched what he done in Q1. That's probably the best he could drag out that car today. I'm probably not feeling too confident, let's say, but.
He'll be there in the race. That's the thing about Dan. He will be there in the race. You cannot write the man off.
I was going to say, I don't want to say it's going to be inevitable going into turn 1 that there'll be an incident, but it does seem to be a bit of a...
I'll tell you, he did only just make it through. I've only just realised this. Stinson.
I was going to say...
But I think he's through on the mediums.
Yes. So, we did say a 20.8 wasn't going to be good enough, and it wasn't in the end, but even Stinson was in trouble.
So Stinson is the only man on the medium tyres inside that top 10. He's going to have an interesting start. What a lap time for GFO Leclerc, looking at that, nearly 6/10 clear. Jono as well, getting very close to Lezard. Brandon as well, only 9/10 off Leclerc, but not far off Jono and Lezard ahead. But our casualties from the session, Dan Murphy, the championship leader, the champion in waiting. Energetics in P12. P13 we've got Toon with a 5-place grip on it, and then Exile also has a 5-place
I
penalty.
want to, if Toon, I know you're, I know Toon listens, so if he could just drop a comment and let us know what happened there to cause the 5-place penalty.
I'd be very interested.
Yeah, drop us a little message please, Toon. So, as we head into Q3 now, the silence across the pit lane as we wait for a mechanic to release the car onto track. Normally Jono who comes out first. So I'm absolutely shocked. We haven't seen him yet, unless our timings
Yeah, but
are
Jono
slightly
does
off.
have, obviously, if he's only got one set of softs to run on, he might wait till the end.
I
I see a Mercedes and a Toro Rosso coming out.
So I see a Lizard.
Yeah, we'll stay on board with Lizard because I want to see if he has any response for Leclerc whatsoever. Because that lap from Leclerc was
that was a
amazing.
sensational lap. So here we go for the out lap with Lizard. I'm interested to see how he goes about this out lap. The car number 14. He's got some serious competition with Leclerc. Leclerc is just behind him on track. So, as we saw in Q2, Leclerc put an amazing lap time in of 1:18.8, the quickest we've seen in any session so far. Lizard is on sensational form though in Monday night racing. He's got so much pace, so much one-lap pace. So I'm excited to see what he can do. We've got many cars on track now. Jono has made it out on track as well. Just going through turn 1 there, so I believe he's only got the one new set of tyres because he ran 2 used sets. He ran 2 sets in Q1, sorry. So here we go. The drivers are bunched up on the track currently. Lizard just backing off slightly. Might get a slight tow from the McLaren ahead. Leclerc elects to go in front of Lizard and slows it down. So maybe Lizard is looking to get a tow from Leclerc here. He lets Leclerc go. Leclerc's gone through the parabolica now. Lizard's winding it up for his big lap. And this is it. This could be a 2-horse race, but I don't want to count out Stinson.
Stinson he doesn't seem to be on that pace today, but then again, can you write him off?
I was going to say, I'd have said that about Leclerc until he popped in an 18.8.
Wow,
Lizard ran turn 1. That was as sweet as you can do turns 1 and 2. And now through the curve, Grande keeps it so tight there, didn't want to let the car run out at all. It even touches the curve a little bit just to make sure he is as tight as he can be. As we go into Della Rocha chicane off 25.6 for the first sector, showing up as purple.
Whoa.
And I believe he runs it out just a little bit wide there. Probably didn't cost him too much time. The gravel is quite well compacted down there with the amount of cars that run off through Lesmo 2. Now hooks the car around back on the throttle, 4th gear into 5th. Opens the DRS as we head down towards the Ascari chicane now. This is such a hard corner. So easy to break deep.
Wasn't purple.
So easy to invalidate the lap. Here we go, hooks the car round back on the throttle car.
Total
So
goes
compliant.
P1 at the minute with a 1:19.9.
So here we go down the back straight now. One more braking zone to go. Goes down a couple of gears back on the throttle now. Here we go. And Leclerc 19.5.
1:18.7.
So what a great lap there by Lizard. We
Leclerc
know that Leclerc's
can
got
do
more.
that. I'm very sure of that. So who else have we got on a lap? I believe Jono's on one. He's going through Ascari.
This track is just about confidence though, that you can get the car slowed down, that you can pick up the throttle nicely. With such low grip, Jono keeps it nice and tight through Parabolica, runs it out very wide, but you can validate it anyway from in the box.
Samuel, he's been getting a tow off Stinson.
He'll be very thankful for that.
It's a 1:32.
That helped him out a lot.
Yeah, I think he probably backed out of his lap. We'll go on board with Stinson, see if he's got a response for the lap that Letters put in. Because this is the man everyone's been singing the praise of recently. He's come into the league and put a few of the drivers on notice. What, 25.6 through that first sector?
There, that's equal to Lizard.
Oh, that was sweet through there. Didn't go through the gravel.
There. So that
through the
is
first
Lizard
mode
first
down
sector.
into 5th again. She uses 4th gear to get the nose of that Williams turned in. Doing the same again now. Back into 5th on acceleration. DRS opened. We head down the straight towards Ascari. Got a yellow flag showing in sector 3. I think someone's retired. 52.3
Oh, that took a bit of a liberty down at Ascari.
Didn't disqualify the lap though.
It's showing up as invalidated for me.
Ah, it did not do that for me.
And that is invalidated. I've just checked the race director, so Stinson will be bringing that back into the box.
So he ended up doing a 1:19.1 on that lap. His actual lap that he would have done. So not a bad time, but not on Legends.
I was going to say not a bad sight of lap. So I'm interested to see what Leclerc's got. He showed in Q2 he's got another 6 or 7 tenths in his ticket from the lap he's already done, a 19.5. We got Jono, who needs to set a lap. We got Kyle that also needs to set a lap. So these guys have got pressure on them as well. With Stinson, we've got Samuel on a 1:32. I'm fairly confident to say he's got more pace in his pocket. And I'll be worried if he hasn't.
So we have a lull at the moment. As I say that, nope, Total P's decides to change my mind on that as he is now on an outlap.
So here we go. I don't know if you're going Rabbits also come out as well. Don't know if I'd be going this early, but I guess you guarantee yourself a decent bit of track position as well, and nothing to distract you with cars ahead or pulling to one side to let you through. We've got Hicksy coming out as well.
So Total P's about to start his lap.
Here we go. Total P can take us round Monza Park. 290 miles an hour. I guess it's stopped. Back on the throttle there. Leaves it in engine mode 4. I'd probably be in 5 to be fair. Keep it nice and tight through here. Just a little bit wider than what Lezard and Stinson were when we were on board with them.
25.8.
Yeah, 2 tenths off the top guys at the moment.
It's not bad though, at all from him.
No, that wasn't bad. Oh, it runs out very wide there. And that's part of his front wing gone. Might have just...
Rabbit just starting his lap, so we've gone forward with Rabbit, who's currently in P5.
Here we go. They're all doing about 219 up the main straight, gets it turned in, doesn't get any of the inside curb, and it compromises turn 2 for him where he hits the sausage curb. But he didn't open the corner up enough. It's such a quick lap, such a high average speed throughout the lap.
Only a 26 flat for Rabbit in the first sector. Gets behind about 7 tenths to go ahead of Total P's at the moment as it stands. Pretty sweet there through Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2 looks pretty good as well for him. Heading down the straight towards Ascari. I say it every time, the most challenging corner on this track to get right.
It really is though.
Rabbit was very cautious through there.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever give it enough justice, just how
it's terrifying.
Challenging. Yeah, it really, really is. And it shouldn't be. You look at it and it's fairly simple, but it's just so difficult. So he heads towards the line now, just in battery.
Does go past. So good lap there from Rabbit.
So I'm interested to see. So Kyle's coming out now. Only run of the session. Jono's coming out as well. He turned 1 on his out lap. So I'm interested to see who out of the top guys blinks first and comes out. I think
I don't know if I'm Lizard. Do you think?
Answered.
Yeah, Lizard is out.
Oh, Brandon in P3 of them. Very.
Stinson's still not appearing from the pit lane.
Leclerc's on his way.
stay on board with Kyle for his lap, and then we will jump on board with...
Stinson's on his way. So here we are for the final runs of this qualifying session.
So down the straight comes Kyle, down towards turn 1. He's got Stinson on his inside, who gets out of the way very nicely indeed from him. If I'm Kyle, I'll be pretty happy. I've got some cars in front that should get out of the way, but also maybe give me a tow if they're feeling generous.
I don't think they'll be too tempted.
GFO Leclerc likes to take a pretty quick outlap. 25.9 there from Kyle in the first sector, a few tenths off the top, guys. Gets the car slowed nicely through the chicane, back on the power nicely towards Lesmo 1. How does he take this? Stays in 5th gear, back on the power early. Nice there, through there, carried a lot of speed. Down 2 gears for Lesmo 2, back into 5th. Runs the curve, DRS wide opens, he comes down the straight. Got Lezard just about to start his lap then, so I don't know if you want to come on board with him.
Yes. Here we go.
Pretty nice there from Kyle. We're going to go join Lezard though, who is on his lap. Oh, he's sweet through there.
No.
Ben, you keep cutting out, so I don't know if your mic's doing what it did last time. That was pretty picture perfect there from this through the chicane.
I was going to say, he has absolutely matched his first sector. Through the trees now. Approaching Charlotte.
Found a 10th.
How he did not validate that.
Wow. All I can say is, well, my car does not do that. So as he heads into the final braking zone on the track.
As long as he hooks this nicely, I think we're looking at an 18.6. Here we go. Nice. Pinned.
Wow.
An 18.4.
Jono at
19.1.
What can GFO Leclerc do then?
He's showing on an outlap, but I don't believe
he's
he is.
not.
All over the... Just
throwing
managed
that
to
car
save a
through.
car. Great bit of car control on the exit of Ascari. Head down towards Parabolica. He'll be wanting to do this for the Tifosi in his Ferrari.
Brandon goes in P2, 119.1, but no one's matching Lezard at the minute.
Great lap by Brandon there.
GFO Leclerc, 18.7. What about Stinson? Where is he? Coming up towards the line. Stinson P2 and 18.7. Wow. So Lezard has taken pole position for the Italian Grand Prix.
What a couple of laps there by some drivers. Pulling it out the bag. What a lap.
I'm pretty sure Lezard finds most of his time in the last sector compared to the other guys. He's very, very, very strong through Parabolica. But there it is, guys. On pole position, we've got Lezard from Stinson and GFO Leclerc. Brandon, great performance from him in P4. Just ahead of Jono as well. Those two pretty close to each other. Brabbit a little bit behind those two. Samuel, great performance from him in P7. Total P's in P8. Kyle in P9. And Hicksy in P10. Ben, what are your thoughts after that?
My first thought is you've stole my job.
Well.
Second thought is... yeah, what a couple of laps by the top 5 there.
Do you know what I'm thinking
right
now?
on the pressure moment.
Stinson started on the medium tyres. Brandon is a very good starter. Leclerc is a very good starter. Jonathan Cox a very good starter. All on those soft compound tyres.
Yeah, fantastic couple of laps right at the end. And I'm really looking forward to this. And, you know, I'm going to give a moment's thought to I'm going to give a moment's thought to Dan Murphy, actually. Down in P12, I think it is. How do you play it? How do you go into turn 1 knowing you're right in the middle of the pack? You know, if you go too cautious, someone could hit you. You go too aggressive, you lose your front wing. So he has a lot to think about at the start of this race, which is 20 odd seconds away from starting. So, here we go, the calm before the storm around Monza. Who's going to come out turns 1, 2 and 3 ahead? I've got no idea. Stinson's looking very good on his medium start tyre, but is it going to cost him on the run down to turn 1? So here we go, as Lezard leads everyone away for the formation lap. Very important lap, and I'm hoping all the drivers play fair. And
so Dan's gone for the medium tyres in P11. FTH, Tristan, GFO, Seb, Draper, and XR down in P19. And he needs to outscore Dan today. At the minute, Dan's your champion, as things stand, but it's only the formation lap, and we've got 27 laps of the Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah, so, as I was saying, Dan's got a very difficult decision to make. How's he going to approach turn 1?
Cautiously.
You know, too cautious and someone's going to hit you because you brake too soon. And I can guarantee someone behind you is going to brake a bit later and hit the rear. GFO said down in P16. I would have expected him to be a bit higher than that. So everyone seems to be playing fair at the moment. We already have Civics on the grid, so he didn't want to partake in the formation lap. And what a start we've got here. I'm expecting some fireworks down at turn 1.
Yeah. The last of the late breakers.
Brandon's always a very good starter. And
so is
unfortunately for Lezard, he's going to be creating a slipstream for everyone.
Maybe, waits a few tenths, lets people go by, picks up a slipstream.
You said that last night about Spa. Yeah. So here we go. Just seems to be a little bit of a gap. Total P's leaving a bit of a gap, and we've got someone right at the back.
Spill a meal. Has he just stopped, or
he's just went to a complete stop and given himself quite a bit of space.
Cheeky there from him.
Yeah, I'd say probably borderline unsportsman.
So we wait for him to join the back of the grid. He's while off it, as we can see XL pulling it into his grid slot, parking the brakes. So we'll go on board with Lezard for the start. Ben, I'm sure you'll be somewhere in the pack.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up with one of the drivers, and here we go. I'll let you lead them away.
Well, we'll wait for the lights first and foremost.
Here we go.
So we've got the lights coming on. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights as we wait to get racing here at Monza. The lights go out, the cars are away. Great start there by Lizard. It looks really good start from Cindy. Oh no! What has happened at the back?
Oh, Tristan's in an instant. Draper's
energetic kickseed. Seb's out. Tristan's out. Draper's at the back there as well, and Civic's only just getting away.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. What a debacle!
Yeah.
Something's I wonder if one of them lost it on traction. We've got a couple of cars facing the wrong way.
Has Hicksy's left the session there?
Yeah, I think he's retired on track.
Yeah.
So, an incident within 5 metres of leaving their grid box. Stinson in P1. We got Lezard down in P3. Jono had a good. Only made up 1 position. Dan Murphy making up a position into P10. Exile in P14. So, hopefully Tristan is listening. So please drop us a message and let us know what happened. Eager to know what happened at the start there. To be able to retire within 10 metres of leaving the grid box is quite impressive. So what do you do now? We've got quite a few soft runners. Part of me thinks it's too early to box. I wouldn't be too interested in boxing, I think, at this moment in time. Seb elects not to, Lezard's not, Jono's coming in, Jono's in.
Yeah, I think he got some damage.
I'm just going to check. I'm just going to stick on board with him, see if he got some wing damage. We've got FTH coming in as well. Yeah,
front wing change for Jono. And
yeah, and he's got a 5-second penalty. We've got a few cars coming in at the back. Got Dan Murphy stayed out. Exile stayed out, so they're both on track together now, Dan Murphy and Exile. So heartbreaking for Jono. Got into a slight tangle, I imagine, at turn 1. And that's put him all the way down into P14. So yeah, not really much to say after that first lap, apart from two still in the race.
Drivers trying to find out what has happened.
So hoping for an explosive start. We've got Exile and Dan Murphy right next to each other on track now, and there were several cars between them. We've got everyone in the top 10 electing to stay out and not box under the safety car. Everyone P12 onwards have boxed. We've got Winner Meals retired. Don't know where that is. He's just retired on track through Lesmo 1.
You say a few of the drivers are asking for a restart, but unfortunately, with it only being 3 cars, it will not be a restart. It does have to be half or more of the grid.
Yeah, hugely unfortunate. Not sure what happened, but the stewards will be taking a look after the race. I am sure they're going to have a busy night ahead of them. So, as I said, not much to report. We've got Civics going into the box as well, electing for a new wing and a set of soft tyres. We've got Stinson right at the front on medium tyres. I expect the safety car to be coming in at the end of this lap, and then we will get racing once again around this beautiful Monza circuit. GFO Leclerc will be hoping to do this for the Tifosi. Beautiful Ferrari. So we will get racing once again, as on lap 1 we didn't really get any racing underway as the safety car came out pretty quickly after an incident at the back. I'm still unsure what happened at the back. I'm sure there'll be enough video footage after the race for everyone to an assessment on what happened. We got the safety car coming in at the end of this lap, so here we go. We've got Stinson backing it off now to let Burt in his AMG Mercedes go off and create a bit of a gap before Stinson blasts off for another quick lap.
I imagine he's going to be under attack from behind pretty quickly.
I was going to say, it's I don't envy his position right now, because he's got all that he can do is try and launch at the best opportunity to try and catch the guys behind off guard. That's going to be a hard job because they're all onto softs and they're going to get much better traction. To Stinson's just holding the throttle a little bit, half throttle, and now that's a fairly decent launch from Stinson.
Yeah, the problem he's got
6/10.
I think we go. Will be very quick behind him.
Leclerc.
Yeah, that one.
He's not going to be close enough though, but hopefully Leclerc will be thinking, I can do this under braking and get better traction out of the first chicane. Leclerc's a bit more tidier going through the corners, but Stinson's got some fantastic traction.
Brandon's gone deep.
Brandon, Brandon's lost a couple of positions. We've got Dan
is all over the back of Samuel, and Exile's just behind him.
Yeah, so this is the championship now. Exile's going to have to get punchy. Seb's left the session, so I assume he will be.
Well, he's
retired anyway, so it doesn't matter. So Exile's got to hang on to the back of Dan Murphy and get the move done.
I'm just on board with this championship battle at the minute.
We've got Leclerc 1/10 behind Stinson, thinks better of doing a move into Ascari. I imagine we're going to see a move very shortly for the lead though, because Leclerc has had a better exit out of Ascari there. I don't know where to look at the minute, but I think I'm going to look at the front. I hope that's the battle you've got on the screen.
It's not, but I can go to it.
Yeah, because I think this move's going to be done very shortly. The move for the lead.
He sets the fastest lap. And he's
Pumpkin
got the
helmet's coming for you, Stinson.
We've seen these two go wheel to wheel before.
Just get the car stopped. Leclerc a little bit deep, but it's not going to hinder him at all. We've got Brandon in the box, taking on a new set of tyres. Well, Exile's still behind Dan Murphy, but they've got themselves 22 laps to sort this out. Stinson's very deep on the box, gives a little love tap to the diffuser of the Ferrari. Lezard's looking interested behind as well.
So Lezard is right behind Stinson.
But as we look forward to next year, I'm so excited to see these top drivers in Monday night racing.
Yeah, I think it'll
battle
be
it out for an entire
fight.
season. It's a bit of a shame that, you know, in particular, the top three here joined mid-season, as they've been amazing to watch some of the battles on track. And I'm hoping that they give us a show tonight. So we've got Exile losing touch now with Dan Murphy 9 tenths behind. He'll be hoping not to drop out the RRC there. We've got Lezard 2 tenths behind Stinson. Stinson's gone defensive, but I don't think it's going to be much use. He thinks better off and sticks to the racing line. Lezard, who's going to get the late break in?
He's gone for it.
The inside.
He's got it done.
Yeah. Stinson thought better of it and let him go. So Exile's just outside a second of Dan Murphy now. You can just see that little hash disappearing inch by inch up the road.
Stinson just doesn't seem to have the confidence in the car.
I was going to say, I wonder how those mediums feel at the Samuel penalty there. Probably for getting adventurous on track limits. So, yeah, I would just wonder how those mediums feel at the race, heavy fuel load, gliding around a little bit. But he should come into his own at the end of the race on soft tyres. He should be fairly punchy.
Dan at the minute is really struggling. I'm going to go on board with Lezard though, who is closing up to GFO Leclerc up front.
I was going to say, Lezard using all the AstroTurf. Leclerc senses danger and goes straight to the left, racing Parabolica. Lezard is all over the back of Leclerc, and he's going to have aid of the DRS. And here we go. The flap opens. We're in overtake mode. We're probably in Strat 11 or whatever the works Mercedes call it. Leclerc goes defensive now. Just got. That's so tight, but Leclerc just about gives him enough room.
So good watching these guys race.
They're so good in wheel-to-wheel combat. So good. Stinson's probably looking in a very handy position at the minute. Two guys, if they're going distant, and he's on the harder, more durable at the moment.
Energetics at the minute all over the back of Civics as well, down in P13 and 14.
So Lezard creates himself a little bit of breathing room there, 6'10". At the front, we've got Exile all over the back of Dan Murphy, gap 2 tenths now. So if you're not on board with this, get on board with it now.
Whereabouts we're going, sorry?
Exile, because he is 3 tenths behind Dan Murphy. They both got DRS, but Exile's just gained a heap of time over Dan. I imagine Dan made a small error going into the De La Rogia chicane. I think player's going to go for them. Look like very close to Lezard as well. So it's all going off at the front.
Going to stay on board at the minute with the championship battle.
We've got Leclerc going to do the move up the main straight.
FTH is all over the back of Exile.
It's just like one big DRS
Stinson's
train at the
gone
moment. Yeah, Stinson's gone through, Leclerc's gone through, so Lezard was leading.
Whoa, as FTH looks at the inside there of Exile, doesn't quite get through.
We've got Stinson back through for the lead. So it's all going off at the front. They're all getting their elbows out, but being so respectful to each other. No incident thus far.
Lezard's lost a little bit of time. Stinton's all over the back of Leclerc. That's where I am.
I've no idea where to look. There's so many battles on track at the minute. Everywhere I look, I can see Kyle P6 2 tenths behind Rabbit. We got Dan Murphy 2 tenths behind Samuel. We got Exol 3 tenths behind Dan. It's all going off everywhere, and I don't know which battle to follow.
Stinton's taking the lead.
What a good move into Ascari there.
Kyle goes round the outside of Ascari of Rabbit. What a move there by Kyle.
Manages just to keep it on the track as well. What a good move. Some great overtakes going on into Ascari. These boys have shown there is grit. We've got Dan Murphy 1 tenth behind Samuel. We've got someone off on the exit of Ascari. And that was Civics in his Mercedes. We've got Toon off as well on the exit of Ascari. Yellow flag sector 3.
On board with
Dan
Exile
Murphy now. FTH has done the move on Exile.
We'll stay on board with Dan Murphy. Samuel moves to the inside to defend.
This will be a code red situation for Exile if Dan does the move on Samuel. Samuel goes a little bit deep into turn 1. Dan tries to cut underneath him, but it doesn't happen. So Exile's got one car between him and his championship rival. And make that 2 cars now.
And he's got through.
FTH goes through.
Exile's
so
through.
opportunistic. What an opportunistic move there from Exile.
Top 3 barely separated by anything at the minute as well.
So Dan is 1.3 off the guy in front, so he won't be getting the aid of DRS this time round. He's got Samuel with the DRS flag. He does. Within 3 tenths of each other on the
Leclerc's giving it a weave there on the straight.
Pulled it straight over to the left.
Lezard, you're not going up the inside, surely not here.
No, I wouldn't risk it, Lezard. But what do I know? I'm not an elite driver. Leclerc's in the box, so his softs are good for 10 racing
He's
laps.
also got a 5-second penalty.
Oh, he'll be broken about that 2 and 3 seconds.
So here comes Lezard up the inside. Kind of run Stinson out of room a little bit there, quite rude from him.
I was going to say, got it a bit wrong there. Stinson's just going to drive straight past him. We've got Rabbit on the grass at turn 1. Kyle gets through for P4. Dan Murphy goes around the outside of him, just a little bit of a tap. I think Exile's had a bit of an error somewhere because he's miles off Dan now.
Kyle, 3-second penalty.
Jono's managed to haul himself up into P9. What I'm interested in is Leclerc. He is down in P12. He needs to get this move done on Draper.
Quickly.
Get this move done on Draper, and he's got himself an 8-second gap to go into. And I can't see this battle going on for long between these guys. So what do you do now at the front? If you're Leslie, do you box? Follow Leclerc? I think it's his only option.
He's through. That didn't take a lot there for GFO Leclerc to get through. What's Lezard doing? He's in the pits.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And he does get the car slow down, so we'll stay on board with him and see where he rejoins this race.
We've got a few guys coming in the box now. We've got Total Peace. We've got Kyle coming in. Exile's thinking, I can see my champion rival disappearing up the road now.
So Lezard didn't get held by the cars coming through either. But Leclerc is steaming through.
I was going to say, that's so quick up that main straight.
Look at the gap he's got.
Yeah, undercut is powerful. So Exile still behind FTA. 2 and 5-second penalty speeding, and he retires. So.
Oh, 2.
So Dan Murphy, 7.5 seconds off the lead. Isn't too bad actually. Dan's had quite a bit of traffic to get through. We've got Exile 7 off FTH. So I think what Exile's got to do is... Exile's got to get a bit punchy on the strategy now. I've got to roll. if he wants to take this championship to another
I'd box
round.
2 laps early and just go for it.
Yeah, you've got to roll the dice or roll 2 and hope you get a double 6 or something.
So XL does have DRS coming down the main straight. FTH is all over the back of Dan.
So
Leclerc sets the fastest lap.
Yeah, so if I'm just...
There's a 5-second gap between Leclerc and Lezard. So let that sink in for a second. The two guys that were wheel to wheel with each other.
On track, yeah. So, I was just trying to work out then, I'm X lap on my bottom. I think you've got to be looking around lap.
Ben, you keep cutting
16.
out again, my friend.
It's your internet can't cope. So, yeah, I think XR's got to hit around lap 16.
I'll tell you what is a good battle at the minute that I want to go see. Samuel and Kyle and Brabbit. Samuel takes an adventurous line there through the first part of the chicane. He's losing touch with the two guys ahead of him a little bit. Kyle is going to get DRS down the straight. He did get past Brabbit, but Brabbit's back through. Kyle under brakes, not close enough.
FTH is all over the back of Dan.
Yeah,
He's going straight past him.
FTH showing some awesome pace.
He really looks after the tyres really well. Leclerc fastest lap of 22.5.
Lezard says I'll do that as well.
22.5. Exile's got Jono Cox for company behind him now. Exile is 2 seconds off Dan Murphy, so well worth throwing the dice on strategy now.
Yeah, Exile just seems to struggle a lot through that chicane because Jono's just caught him in fine abundance of time there.
Yeah, he's got Jono all over him.
Jono takes a lot of curve through there.
Through Lesmo too. Yeah, Jono's just more confident in that Renault. This is going to get done before Ascari. Easily done.
Yeah, Jono, great job there from Jonathan Cox. Well, as he gets twitchy on the exit there. But Exile's not been able to stick with him because Jono is on some fresher mediums than him. Don't forget Jono did box Total P's over the back of new F1 at the minute as they come down towards Ascari.
Yeah, well, good job Jono's done, to be fair. He's on 11 lap old mediums compared to Exile's 12 lap old mediums. So he's hauling himself back up into it.
Speaking of hauling himself back into it, Exile back ahead of Jono.
Yeah, Exile giving it every... As it stands, but now we're crowning a champion this evening.
Guys still to make pit stops though, don't forget that. 14 laps in and a few of the guys still on their soft tyres. One of them FTH still on those tyres.
I was going to say, this time last week we thought the same, and look, top end. Excellent. Down at...
If I was Exile at the minute, I'd be looking at the fact that, you know, FTH has done 14 laps on these soft tyres, technically 15 with his qualifying laps, so...
yeah, I was going to say...
you could go to the end.
I've got to... Yeah, I've been very tempted to run on this medium at this moment.
Yeah, Ben, you're cutting out again.
Do you know what? Jono is all over the back of Exile.
And what I'm going to do is change something on the Discord, so you might have to rejoin quickly, just to try to sort the correction out.
So Jono has gone straight past Exile there. We've got FTH in the box, so he's done a fair few laps.
So we will have lost Ben temporarily, but he should be able to hear us. Exile still not pinned, he's got Jonathan Cox all over the back of him.
So, I'm back.
I can hear
you won't get rid of me for too long.
Thing is as well, if Exile's to box, he'll have a nice little cushion to box.
Yeah, Exile's doing a decent job just to keep 2 seconds behind Dan. If I'm Exile, I'm boxing the slap softs. I think he's got to give everything now. He's got Jono all over the back of him. Jono's looking very punchy on his medium tyres. Yeah, Exile's got to come in. He's got to do something to upset the rhythm here.
Whoa,
Jono nearly losing the rear. That got very light on him as he went over the sausage curb.
And Eject has closed up on this battle as well, and his teammate GFO Leclerc just behind him.
So here we go. We've got Dan Murphy coming in. Dan Murphy's coming in. And Exile, Jono's coming in as well. Jono, 5-second penalty. That was a very late call for Jono to come across. He just paid for it.
So GFO Leclerc takes the lead again. And where's Stinson? Only just coming out of the pit lane. Rejoins with a nice bit of clear track, but with some very sticky little soft tyres on the car. 3 seconds behind Lizard. 4 seconds behind. Ooh. It's a task for our friend Stinson.
Yeah, Exile will be thinking now, I should have boxed a little bit sooner, because this has gone pear-shaped.
Yeah. Don't forget though, Leclerc does have that 5-second penalty.
Someone up ahead just lost a bit from wing, and I'm sure I just saw some bodywork fly off at turn 1. Yeah, I think Kyle's going around with a lack of front wing, and he's just went straight on at the Della Roger.
Has stopped as well. A while ago, admittedly, but he has stopped.
He's going to have to come in again.
No, he could stay out. Why not? Risk it for a biscuit.
So we've got Dan
Ferrari's lying astern at the minute, though, round Italy. I'm sure something the Italian fans will
So Exile's managed to do the move on Jono, and we've got Exile hunting down Dan Murphy now. Dan Murphy's going to be hoping for the life of him he can stick to Brabham and get a bit of the DRS.
As it stands though, Exile's going to have to hope for Dan to really have something go wrong from this race. Because at the minute Dan's doing everything he needs. He's not being outscored by 9 points to continue the fight to next week. So at the minute, Dan Murphy will be crowned your champion for Monday Night Racing. FTH all over the back of Total P's. Brandon, bless him here, has got 2 cars with DRS coming at him at a rate of knots.
So we've got Jono looking punchy behind Exile. Exile's not close enough to Dan. Dan's going to go and do a move on Brabham. Exile's going to think, no. Just goes, I had to slow that down quickly because he was going.
Jono,
3-second penalty. I think he tried for a very opportunistic move on Exile. Yeah, I think he went for an opportunistic move on Exile to go around the outside of him at turn 1.
It's a great little battle here for 5th going on between Total P's
FTH no, Exile's just went straight in the back of Brabham. I hope that is not wing damage.
He's missing left-hand side of his end plate.
No, that's game over. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a championship done. But some people would say the goose is now cooked.
Lizard all over the back at the minute of Energetics 4P2. And I want to get past him because Stinson is closing them down. The gap was 4 seconds when he came out the pits a lap ago. It's on 2.6. Energetics comes into the pit lane. Gets a 5-second penalty as well.
5-second penalty.
The 2 Ferraris with one of them at the minute. Your net leader with penalties, I believe, will be Lizard. Stinson sets a 21.4. What a great lap there.
Yeah, he's coming after the leaders now. He's got a bit of time to make up.
Exile staying out.
He's on soft tyres.
I think
this is his only option.
John O'Cox is catching him.
Yeah, I think it's Exile's only option.
But Exile's going through on Brabham into turn 1.
He's going to have to try and get it slowed down. He's losing a couple of points to downforce on the front left of his wing. He now chases after Dan. But Dan's got a fully functional pass with all the aerodynamic parts still attached. That gap at the front of Leclerc's just opened it up a bit. He's coming down from the 5 seconds, but it's still 3.3. We've got Stinson chasing down on soft tyres.
Stinson's on his way.
He's got 9 laps to try and do it in. He's going to have to show some mighty pace.
Well, his last lap, I believe, was his fastest, and it was a 21.
Yeah, it was. Just matching Lizard through Ascari, just gained a 10th on exit.
Exile into Parabolica, does maintain 8th position from Brabant, and Jono as well, eagerly watching behind. He is losing time though ahead. Brabant got a tardy exit there, Jono's alongside him.
Exile's dragging this car round for all it's worth, because it must be handled.
Was Brabant and Jono into Parabolica, that's close between the two of them.
That was very close.
Well, as Jono has to move out there.
Thought Exile was going to come in the box. So here we go
for an exit there. Yellow flag in sector 3. Kyle's retired.
Kyle has retired on the exit of the Viscari.
Safety car.
That's safety car. Safety car. Oh, that's probably saved Exile because he'll be coming in for a box now. I think it's the only thing you can do, box and get a new set of tyres. Or do you think actually Dan Murphy's right in front of me? I've got him where I want him on the safety car restart, and I'll go for it. I think I'll go for the latter. Back yourself. Even with half a front wing, I'm still quicker than that guy. That's what he'll be thinking. I'm going to give it to him. So Kyle probably not giving the best of assistance to his teammate there, causing a safety car for a
GFO in, Lezard in, Stinson in.
We got FTH
coming round Parabolica.
Coming round, sorry. So what's FTH going to do? He's got a box.
I imagine we'll be seeing some
Total P's coming in. We got Dan Murphy. What's he going to do? Whatever Dan does, I do the opposite if I'm Exile.
Oh, that penalty
Exile decides to follow
has cost Leclerc in the pit lane. I hope Exile turned on to get his front.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was surprised Exile didn't elect to do the opposite, because
Samuel,
what have you got to lose at this point? I'm just a bit surprised because I think Exile should have just done the opposite.
Exile still comes out ahead of Jono.
Because although Dan's in P7 now, Exile would have been in P1. And there's quite a few cars between them. And it would have been certainly worth rolling the dice for. As Exile goes near enough, well, just managed to slow it down at turn 1. So yeah, surprised by that. Lezard in P1, that 5-second penalty costing Leclerc. But it's probably best to serve it now. Bit of a freebie for him. Better than giving it back at the end of the race and losing a win because of it. So, I'll throw the question over to your good self. What would you have done if you were Exile? Would you have stayed out?
I'd have come into the pits.
Would you?
I think so, yeah, because as much as, yeah, you made some positions up on Dan, he would have been on warm tyres and fresh softs around here with 7 laps to go. That's what I'd want to be on with my full wing. I just think, as much as yeah, helped him for a few laps, he'd have been losing time hand over fist.
Yeah, I think in this sort of, my argument for the opposite is safety car comes in end of lap 21. So you got 4 or 5 laps to try and limp it back home. You got yourself a couple of cars between yourself and Dan. But I think at this point now, when it is fairly critical, the situation, I think you've got to do something different.
So Lizard finds himself back in the lead, top 3, exactly how they were at the start of this.
That guy Draper decided to stay out, so he's in P6 on 4.5 softs.
Brandon's come back into the pit lane, so have a stop go.
Be interested to know as well if these tyres they're running on, they must all be used tyres.
No, they're
for
all
a lot of the guys.
They'll be showing how many laps they've done on them. So at the minute, let's just have a look at things. FTH again, up 9 positions. Total P's up 3. I know Draper didn't stop, but up 12. Dan Murphy up 4. Down 2 for Brabant, up 10 for Exile. So he's trying everything he can to be up there. Jono down 5 positions, a bit of a horror for him. Samuel down 4 after his great qualifying performance in Q2. Energetics, exactly where he started. Civics up 2. Brandon, unfortunate for him, down 10 positions. And down, well, I say down 5 for Hicksy, but he left the session early on.
Yeah, very early on. So I expect to see safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Dan will be thinking, I hope I'm only a few laps away from being crowned the champion. Exile will be thinking, I just need one more bit of luck. But at some point, Exile's got to score some serious. John O'Clock's 5-second penalty for exceeding the track limits, probably through a Ascari it was. I expect to see the sign any minute now about safety car coming in this lap.
Nope.
So it will be going round. I am surprised by that. So, see, this is why Exile should stay on. I'm hoping the safety car comes in end of this lap because we have a sprint until the end, with most of the field electing for new soft tyres. And everyone will have full battery. They'll be saving the fuel at the minute as well in lean mixture, trying to keep it in a high gear to keep the revs down and save as much fuel as you can, because this is going to be frantic. As soon as we get underway, there'll be such a slipstream as well. Lezard will be under siege, as we have seen throughout this race on safety car restarts and even at the start of the race as well. Leclerc was leading at one point and had to serve his 5-second penalty in the box. FTH doing a fantastic job in P4, managing to go long on his initial set of tyres, on his initial soft set of tyres. So yeah, doing a great job there. That guy Draper, he's on 5 lap on tyres. I wonder how they are going to hold up.
Not very well, I imagine, at this restart.
We got Brabbit in between Exile and Dan Murphy. Safety car will come in at the end of this lap. So Lezard slows it all up. Yeah, he's done an amazing job, really. So
Lezard
nothing but praise.
Away. Second time doing it from a safety car. Oh, it was Stinson before. Sorry, my mistake.
I was going to say, you get mixed up with the Mercedes engines.
No, I'm not going to say. One's got all the toys, one doesn't.
Exactly. You took it out of my mouth. So here we go. Get as much heat into these tyres as you can, because you're going to need as much rear temperature as you can get for the exit of Parabolica to give you as much traction and a launch up the straight. So here we go. A sprint to the finish.
Lezard really waiting to launch the car.
I was going to say
he's gone for it, but he's got some wheel spin. I'll tell you who is that. GFO Leclerc, and he's getting the slipstream from Lezard. And Stinson can't move across.
That was a disaster for Lezard.
But he's had to back out of it. And Stinson...
Leclerc got pinched.
Stinson's going for the move.
Leclerc got pinched and had to back out. Stinson's got through. Dan Murphy tried to get the move done on Draper and thought better of it.
Exile lost the position to Jono. I don't know where to look at the minute with all this. FTH and Total P's going wheel to wheel.
FTH going deep down at the Della Rocha chicane. We've got Jono. Jono's round with Brabbit. Jono has just lit up the rear tyres.
Yeah, I've just seen it.
Hugely unfortunate for him. Exile's on the same piece of road now as Dan Murphy, albeit 1 and a bit seconds behind.
Brandon and Samuel wheel to wheel at the minute. Energetics with them as well. Oh, as the two Red Bulls are wheel to wheel. Energetics is sneaking up the inside.
We've got Lezard and Stinson side by side going through the Ascari chicane. We're at that point of the race again where I don't know where to look.
Yep. Still bored for the battle for the lead. Here comes Lezard. Will he go around the outside? No, but I think he'll get slightly better traction onto the straight. And I think Stinson's going to become a bit of a cropper down here with slipstream. DRS is still not enabled at this point. But Lezard lights that Mercedes engine up to 11. Pulls to the inside.
Should get the move done fairly easily into turn 1. Jono's got wing damage.
Oh no!
I've just spotted.
Oh, that was close between Leclerc and Simpson and Leclerc late on the brakes. Total Peas is keeping pace with these guys as well.
These guys are absolutely fantastic. Wheel to wheel. They've been, every race they've always been wheel to wheel with each other. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen an instant between them.
They're great wheel to wheel. They respect each other a lot. They're all similar pace levels. And you can tell they respect each other by the fact that they're so close wheel to wheel, but they're not hitting each other. Samuel picks up a 3-second time penalty. Don't believe that's his first one. Lezard's trying to create that gap out front. What can he do?
Exiles dragged that car to within 8 tenths of Dan. I can't help but feel
Dan's coming up the inside of Draper.
Draper's going to concede this. He's not. He's just.
Oh, Dan gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, he'll be gutted about that. He'll be hoping it doesn't cost him too much. Exile needs to get this move done now.
Move done.
So how much is that 3-second penalty going to cost Dan?
Leclerc all over the back of Stinson. Stinson's lost some time to Lezard at the minute. DRS enabled. They won't get it down the straight at the minute.
Jono staying out even with his broken car.
Well, if I was Jono, I'd pit and just go for the fastest lap. But then saying that, he used a lot of tyres through qualifying, so he might not have any.
I was going to say, I imagine they're all
lap
fairly
at the minute.
near.
Who is that going to, come to think of it? Stinson at the minute at 21.457.
I imagine the only new set of tyres Jono has is the hards.
Well, Stinson kicks up some gravel there. Lap 25 out of 27, and this has been a great race. If you take the start into consideration, this has been amazing.
Dan Murphy's on the verge of not scoring any points this race.
Have you checked the other penalties?
I don't want to. I want to keep the suspense.
Yeah, I checked the other ones.
I want to keep the suspense.
So Stinson is in DRS range of Lezard, but he's a little bit far back, I think. And Lezard is so good through this final part of the track. Pulls to the inside.
The issue for Exile is he needs to beat P5. He needs to finish in P5, and that looks like a... Yeah. That doesn't look like it's going to happen for him.
Well, he just needs to outscore Dan by 9 points.
Yeah, that's P5. Yeah, but that's P5. P5 will score you 10 points. So...
Well, it also depends how many points Dan scores. With simple mathematics, he needs to outscore him.
Exactly, but if he gets P5, then he needs Dan to finish outside the points.
Which at the minute, I don't think is likely, I'll be honest. Because I know the other penalty situations from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, but you can build up the suspense for the audience, for the millions of people worldwide
I
watching.
think our audience are more intelligent than you.
That's not true.
On board at the minute with Civics, Energetics, Draper. All within a few tenths of each other.
So Exxon will be hoping to get the moral victory today and get the move done on down on track. Just seems a little... We got Leclerc all up back of Stinson.
Stinson doesn't seem to be able to go with Lezard at the minute. Whoa!
Lezard's
I say that and Lezard's off!
Lezard's off! I think he lost the rear. Oh, Lezard, no. He'll be broken. He's broken the car.
Oh, Stinson's nearly lost it as well. That's how hard these guys are pushing there on the absolute
Exile's
limit.
through on Dan. Exile's through on Dan.
Lezard's still battling. He's got past Total P's. This man does not give up. I think he's only missing an end plate as well.
Yeah, he is.
Ah, Total P's in the
Kicks
gravel.
up a lot of dirt. Exile will be
Leclerc all over the back of Stinson though. So we head down the back straight. The famed pumpkin helmet. Will he get an overtake on Stinson? We've seen these two have some incredible battles like Silverstone. That was great between the pair. Lap 27 goes for the move. And that's the move done. Great move there by Leclerc to take the lead. Stinson just behind. Does he have an answer for him?
As it finishes at the minute, Dan Murphy's not finishing in the top 10. I've double-checked the penalty situations, and I believe the guys behind have served their 5-second penalties in the safety car. So Exile,
so GFO Leclerc crosses the line to win the Italian Grand Prix. Stinson comes home second. FTH comes home in P5. Lezard takes P3 at the flag. Exile P6. 7th, where's Murphy? Down in 10th. But Exile finishes P6
to get it
by 0.04. Wow. But that means your champion is Dan Murphy in the Haas.
Congratulations to
Dan. An excellent season all year round, consistent as always. And for the fact he has taken the championship, he is getting my vote for driver of the day.
Yeah, what a great drive. Pressure was on, still managed to bring it round. Get the points he needed to get the job done. What a fantastic season for Dan. What a fantastic drive today. He is your champion for Monday Night Racing. Fair play to him. He's been consistent all year, managed to pick up the points. And are we surprised today? He managed to pick up the points and get the job done. It must be heartbreaking for Exile though. He was so close to P5. So close. If he'd have just a little bit closer to FTA, should have been P5, but then, you know, Dan would have had to have finished outside the points anyway, which is a distinct...
So your winner today is GFO Leclerc. Stinson comes in second. Third place, we've got Lezard. Total P's in fourth. FTH in fifth. 6 is Exile. 7th is New F1. 8, we've got Energetics. 9th, Civics. 10th, Dan Murphy, your champion for Monday Night Racing. Draper in P11. Hicksey in 12th. Brabbit 13th. 14th is Jonathan Cox. 15th, Samuel. Kyle did retire from the race, so did Toon, Willemille, Tristan and Seb. All retired from the race. But congratulations again to Dan. Great stuff from him.
Yeah, fantastic season. Great champion for this league. So yeah, he'll be hoping for more of the same next season.
Wow. Ben, talk us... what do you think of that race?
Oh, frantic. Who'd have thought Lezard losing it on the exit of Parabolica? We were only saying in qualifying how good he was around Parabolica. You know, how he was getting the car hooked around so nicely. So yeah, what a shock on the penultimate lap to lose it. Lost the rear and go into the barrier, but he still managed to drag it round for a P3. But yeah, what a great race. Jono just got involved in a couple of tangles, didn't score any points, and I can't help but feel that sort of race for Jono sums up his season. Shows flashes of pace, and then it all starts to unravel for him. So we'll be hoping for better.
I think next season we're in for a hell of a fight between Lezard,
I was going to say, I want to give
GFO Leclerc. Those guys,
I want to
especially
give a
tonight, they
mention.
had an awesome race.
Yeah, I want to give a mention to those guys. Absolutely fantastic racing from start to finish by those three. And I can't wait to commentate on them next season for an entire season, because it's going to be amazing for a title battle. Yes,
well,
the wheel to wheel.
For tuning in this evening. Congratulations again to Dan. We'll be back tomorrow live for Tuesday Night Racing, another league where Dan Murphy is top of the table, and we'll be starting at the back of the grid because it's our reverse championship grid. We'll be live from 7:45 tomorrow night, and obviously it'll be both me and Ben in the commentary box. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.